Dear audience, good evening. It is an honor to have you all here tonight. To get us started, if you are able, please stand and welcome the high school faculty, followed by the class of 2026. Dear families, guests, and faculty members, please take your seat.
Free as a bird in the sky, that is what you are. Breathe and you know you're alive. Feel the beat of your heart. Well, life is a crazy way of turning everything upside down. So move with the time that you have. The world will keep spinning round. Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play. Listen, I wanna be there with you. Keep on chasing the sunshine and go out and play. You know, don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Just keep on chasing the sunshine and go out and play. I'm dreaming wide awake. This is the life I make. I don't need a holiday to make me feel this way. Listen up, take a chance. You can sing, you can dance, you can live like there's no tomorrow. Give it time and you'll find there's a rule, there's a rhyme. Move along and the rest will follow. I want you to know. Oh yeah, we shine like stars. Oh yeah, we shine like stars, like What are we waiting for? It seems we still want more. No one can take away the dreams we have today. Yeah, you can go with the flow, don't you see, don't you know there's a light, let it burn inside you. You can shout, let it out, not a care, not a doubt, this is it, let the moment guide you. I want you to know. Oh yeah, we shine like stars. Oh yeah, we shine like stars, like We shine like stars. We shine like stars. We shine like stars. We shine. But here we go now. We shine like stars. We shine like stars. We shine like stars. We shine. Oh yeah, we shine like stars. Oh yeah, we shine like stars. So move with the time that you have. The world will keep spinning round. Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play. Listen, I wanna be there with you no matter where you go. Life is a table for two, and we're starting the show. Well, I'm gonna spread my wings and fly so high up above the clouds. You know that time doesn't wait for your dreams. We're living right here and now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play. Are you ready for it? Better take your shot. Let's gonna do the things that you wanna do, yeah. 'Cause this time is the right time, baby. You're the star and this is all about you. Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep on chasing the sunshine and go out and play. You know, don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Just keep on chasing the sunshine and go out and play, yeah.
Dear class of 2026, please take your seat. Good evening once again. My name is Iftikhar Saeed, and I'm the high school principal. Let us welcome our valedictorian of the class of 2026, Young Min Lim, and our salutatorian, Ji Nu Jang, to the podium.
Welcome everyone to the graduation of class of 2026 at AES.
First, we'd like to begin by inviting the 12th grade class council to light the dia.
Hello, it is an honor to be here today and give you this speech for the graduation. If you have spent your entire high school at AES, you must have started high school on August 8th, 2022. Each year you have spent 176 days at the school and multiply that by 4 years to get 704. Since you're missing the next week, subtract 5, and adding 1 for today, you'll have exactly 700 days that you have spent in this school as a high schooler, if my math is correct. So 700, that is a lot of days, 100 weeks. So I would like every student to try to think of which one was your favorite day, the one with the most personal memories that you have. So maybe that day was a MISAC competition day, or maybe when you won an award, or a mini course trip that you really enjoyed with your friends. But one thing in common about those days would be that there was something novel about those days. Memories fading away is a sad part of life, but there is a clear solution to it, and that solution is novelty. Did you know your brain experiences time more slowly when you're doing unfamiliar things? When you're simply engaging in everyday chores or routines, your brain can autopilot its way and thus not reserve much memory. But when you're doing something new, your brain will be fully powered so that it can collect all of the information from this uncharted environment. It will reserve all kinds of memories so that it can be used when you're in the same situation again, and thus, time will feel longer, and you will have much more memory to look back on. Try to compare the specifics you remember from a regular day you spent at home and a day with any school trip, and the results should be obvious. So please, the next time you have to choose between going out for a new experience or staying home only to spend time on activities that you're already familiar with, do try for the first one. You don't have to go for the new option every single time, but when you're on the fence between two options, Do think about this story I told you. Try to fill your cortex with as much memory as possible, as it'll make your good moments feel much longer and make them last longer too. Wherever your life may take you, whatever adventure you may partake in, and whichever choice you may make, don't let time take the souvenirs away from you. Don't let good times escape your mind, as our memories are who we are. And lastly, if anybody appreciates a fun math fact, the number of days we've spent at this school, 700, is called a happy number by mathematicians. And just like that, let there be far more happy days in your future. Thank you.
Hello, class of 2026. Congratulations on graduation. You thought we'd never make it, yet again, here we are. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who has helped us get us this far. Our parents, teachers, and friends, thank you all for being there by our side in the best and worst of times. Today marks an end, as well as a beginning in our lives. And while our tomorrow may not be much different from our yesterday, the lives ahead of us will contain both joy and turmoil beyond what we've seen in the few years that we survived. For this, while I am no philosopher, let me bestow upon you some of the wisdom that I have gained from my endless doom scrolling of motivational Instagram reels. Most of all, what I want to emphasize as you struggle through our transition to adulthood is to be passionate. To be passionate in studies, to be passionate in sports, to be passionate in all it is that we can possibly dream of. Granted, it wasn't so easy to be invigorated about our IB English IO or Science IAs, but given how that's all over, I hope that every single one of you, sooner rather than later, finds something that gets you up in the morning, something that truly fills our lives with meaning and purpose. Our future is merely a continuation of our past, and the memories and experiences of our school years have shaped us into who we are today. The classrooms, the hallways, the exams, the deadlines, the jokes, failures, friendships, and the moments that we thought would never end have all become part of us. Graduation is not only about looking back, it is also about carrying these memories forward. As we leave the American Embassy School, we'll each go to different countries, meet new people, face new challenges, and perhaps become versions of ourselves that we cannot yet even imagine. Still, I hope that when we remember the people sitting here today, we know that we are once one of the same story. Today is a day of celebration. While our tomorrow may not be too different from our yesterday, today, our day of graduation, is a day that truly comes once in a lifetime. And so, my dearest class of 2026, let us cherish this moment as a remnant of our high school years and a precursor to our upcoming glorious future. Let us celebrate today and dream tomorrow. Thank you.
And now, let us introduce our faculty speaker, Ms. Laura Manker, onto the stage.
All right, everybody. Well, to the parents, the guardians, grandparents, aunties and uncles, siblings and cousins, welcome. To the administration, the board members, members of our AES community, and to my esteemed colleagues, welcome. And finally, to the extraordinary class of 2026, welcome and thank you for this honor. Tonight is about celebrating you and the commitment and the community that has brought you here. I want you to leave with two invitations: to live your values and to take India with you wherever you go. So what does that look like to live your values? Well, look around you. Your dedication to our community and to the greater world is evident in your actions. Opal balanced the leading role in a play mere weeks before her IB exams, navigating studies and rehearsals. Kabir is literally climbing his way to the top of the Indian Nationals and working to bring climbing into the lives of others. Grace participated in every season of MESAC, showing you can be a dedicated member of your community and balance the hard work of academics at the same time. Urena, Arkin, and Ken designed and built and shared an air filtration system that children can create with inexpensive materials and use in their houses and homes. And Rabia, while navigating her own loss, wrote a book to help others process grief. This is just a snippet of how the class of 26 is living their values. But where do these values come from? Well, one place is school. Your experience at AES is informing the person that you are becoming. Because values don't just happen, they are cultivated with intention. We hope the education that you've received here, along with the values instilled by your families, your culture, and your own independent thinking, is helping you shape yourself. An Indian sociologist, Krishna Kumar, reminds us all that education is a privilege not shared by everyone. Not only because some children can't attend school, but because not all schools are the same. All of you have had the opportunity to attend one of the greatest international schools in the world. Whether your next steps are entering a trade, taking a gap year, or going to university, you will take this outstanding education with you. Our duty as your teachers was to provide you with the opportunity to think, to experience others' perspectives, to build your knowledge base, and to explore. Your duty was to build the foundation through your classes, your sports, your activities, your travel, and mini course. Each of these events shaped you and can serve as part of your foundation because life won't always go as planned. When something doesn't go right, how are you going to handle it? When something in my life didn't go as planned, well, first I was super bummed, okay? But then I was really fortunate. There was one person who helped me get through it, a wise, wise woman, Miss Vera Garg. She shared a phrase with me that changed, yeah, please clap for her, thank you. She shared a phrase with me that changed my trajectory. She said, "The script is already written." She helped me understand that the world is in motion like a river flowing to the sea. There are no missed opportunities because everything is a part of your journey. The script is already written is not fatalistic. It doesn't mean that you don't have choice. It means that you don't have to see the disappointments as the end of the story. Without these moments, the good and the bad, I would not be standing here today. And thank you for that opportunity. When the script takes a turn that you don't expect, I invite you to take a breath. Allow your values to ground you. Be curious. Sit with the uncomfortable and ask yourself, what do I want to be? What can I do? What's the right choice? And then turn to your values. Underneath each of your seats, there is a list. So you can reach under your seats, and there's a piece of paper taped to the bottom. Thanks to Ms. Patterson and our lovely children, who are, yeah. Now, don't look at it now and hide it away because it's going to ruin all the pictures. It's going to ruin the pictures. But I'll tell you what it is, okay? But it's good. It's there. No, tuck it in so you take it with you. Take it with you. Okay, later tonight, whenever you get the opportunity, I encourage you to look at these. But what I found for you is this is a list of values. Because maybe you don't know what your values are. Maybe you don't know the words. So look at the list. Cross out the ones that don't resonate with you. Highlight the ones you like. Think on it. Take a minute. Be curious. When I look at that list, my core value is integrity. I try to live the best possible version of myself every day and in every moment. And it's not always perfect. It's not always what other people want, but it is who I am. And I invite you to be who you are. In times of struggle, let your values guide you. Because when you move through life guided by your beliefs, you are living your values. One place I've had the greatest opportunity to grow is right here in our incredible India. You might have joined AES last year, or maybe this is the only school you've ever attended. Either way, you are one of us. You belong here. Each of us has had the opportunity to live in this place. India has a way of teaching values without naming them. Over the past 12 years, I have had the incredible opportunity to live and teach in India. I hope India has become a part of you as much as it has become a part of me and my family. Whether you were born here or not, this place has shaped you. Share the lessons you've learned. Give a Rocky to a friend and tell them you love them. Honor the stages of life, whether it's marriage, death, birth, or graduation. Take a moment and intentionally step into that next step. Empires rise and fall, but people remain the same. You have had the opportunity to live in an environment that represents the beginning of civilization. Guys, you can only say this in 3 other places in the world, okay? Remember what India gave you. You met your best friends. You developed skills and passions. You were challenged to stretch your thinking, and you came through it. Listen to your heart. Lead with your values. Remember where you came from, and when there's a choice, choose kindness. Namaste. And now, I have the honor of welcoming Arkin Soni to the stand.
Hello, my name is Arkin Soni, and I hate the word passion. The reason I hate the word passion passionately is because the world has sold us this idea that passion is something that's waiting for us, that one day it arrives. And from that point on, it drives everything. The sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the shows you didn't watch, the time you gave up with your friends. It feels worth it. Easy even, because you love what you do. And every sacrifice makes you love it even more. I think that's wrong. Passion isn't the castle on the hill. It's the path. And on that path, you'll hit crossroads, moments where signposts will read fear, failure, fascination, curiosity, love, melancholy, and even hate. You have to choose which direction takes you further. For my capstone IDI project, Filter, I spent a week researching the organization, Air Pollution Action Group, their reports, their structures, their whole inner workings. I could have sworn I should have been the CEO. But when I had to write the email for them, I asked everyone. I asked Mr. Vieira, I asked Ms. Wickersham, I asked my parents. I wanted it to be perfect. And then we sent it. And then we waited. And then we called. And then we waited. And then we emailed again. And we called again. I was ghosted. Completely, utterly, devastatingly ghosted. And I was not passionate in that moment, I promise you. But then I thought, no. I hate this. I hate that we failed. And I refuse to accept it. And that frustration, that refusal to just move on, that's what pushed me forward. I ended up finding a conversation with someone named Mahendra, who completely reframed for who this problem existed. Not for the organizations, but for school children. Things got harder before they got easier, but I wasn't running on passion. I was running on something real, curiosity. Coming back to my metaphor, if passion is the path we walk, curiosity is the very foundation of it. And the time I saw it most clearly was in New Hope, Pennsylvania. My friends and I had walked past a tiny hot sauce store tucked in a corner. And I saw hot sauce with the name, "If you think it's hot when you eat, wait till you take the seat." They kept walking, but I was sucked in. I wanted to go instantly into the store. And there was this bearded guy behind the counter, and he immediately started feeding me a bajillion things. Spicy corn chips, and then he started talking about flavor combinations, truffle, honey, nuts. With his infectious enthusiasm, I called my friends back in. We were there for an hour. An hour in this man's paradise. An hour where he took us through years of experience. Infected for his love for hot sauce. I watched a 2-hour documentary on the booming hot sauce industry in the US. Is my passion hot sauce? Probably not. But was I curious? 100%. And did I love every second of it? Yes. And honestly, that's enough. I learned that curiosity is far more useful than certainty. Curiosity lets you walk into the weird little hot sauce store. It lets you ask one more question after getting rejected. It lets you embarrass yourself, change your mind, start over, and even admit when you were wrong. Which, unfortunately, is where most learning happens. Don't wait for a passion. Be curious about the fringes of the unknown. Love the process even when it's ugly. Let yourself hate what gets in your way, because anger has an energy to it. So, class of 2026, let us wander a little. Take our interests seriously, even the strange ones. Talk to people who confuse us. Read things we disagree with. Try things we're bad at. And when life inevitably makes absolutely no sense, which it will for all of us at some point, curiosity gives us something incredibly valuable, a reason to keep going anyways. Congratulations, class of 2026. It is now my, it's now my honor to call our second student speaker, Sarah Kumar, to the stage.
Good evening, faculty, teachers, families, friends, and my fellow graduates, the class of 2026. It is such an incredible honor to stand before you tonight as we celebrate the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Tonight, I want to talk to you all about playgrounds. At some point in each of our lives, there was a rectangle of grass that belonged to everyone and therefore to us. Grass was worn thin from years of running that came before ours. There were games with rules that changed every 5 minutes and mattered enormously. It was an afternoon, a few willing participants, and the absolute conviction that the top of the slide was Rapunzel's tower, the pavement cracks were lava, and you were, for 30 glorious minutes, the ruler of a world that existed entirely because you were in it. The playground itself was never the point. It was just a place. It was the same bickering over slides, cartwheels on the grass, and sky overhead. And yet, not one single recess quite felt like the last. So I can't help but wonder, was it ever really the playground that was magical? Because the playground gave us nothing extraordinary. It was just grass, just the same patch of earth it was the day before. We had fun because we are fun, not because of where we were or what we were given, but because of what we carried in. The joy was ours. It came from us, and it always has. And I think the children we were on those playgrounds say everything about the people we are becoming. These past years have asked a great deal of us. Objectively, high school was a nightmare. Most of us showed up to Tiger's Den with 6 hours of sleep on a good day and immediately asked Munaji for the strongest coffee he could make at 8 a.m. We wrote essays on questions so specific that the answer mattered to approximately no one except us and the many researchers we cited, and even that feels generous. And yet, here we are, reminiscing. Because while high school was an endless list of deadlines, it was also trying not to overwhip eggs while making tiramisu. It was rafting rapids strong enough to flip a raft or spotting a tiger during a safari during mini course. It was every photo and TikTok from Mizak and prom and senior sunrise, because those were the moments where we felt the same magic that we did at that playground. And that magic is what I want us to hold on to, because the truth is that it was never in mini course, never in Mizak or prom or even just this school. Those moments were beautiful because we were in them. We filled those years with laughter and chaos and humanity so abundant, it sometimes felt like too much for one place to contain. Somewhere along the way, growing up convinces us that joy is external. The fulfillment lives in the next achievement, the next acceptance letter, the next city, and the next version of ourselves. That one day, somewhere out there, we will finally arrive at the place where life begins. But go back to any moment in these years that felt alive, really genuinely alive, and ask yourself what made it that way. You will find, every time, the same answer. You. It was always you. Everything we needed, the joy, the wonder, the courage, the ability to make something luminous out of wherever we land, it has always been inside of us the entire time. It goes where we go. That magic is not something we are leaving behind tonight, it is something we are. Somewhere behind us, there is a playground that remembers the sound of us. And somewhere ahead, there is a new one. It is stranger, larger, and full of people who are about to become the ones we cannot imagine having ever lived without. We were given a patch of grass once, and we made it a world. Just imagine what we can do with this. Thank you. I'd now like to welcome our director, Dr. Rand Harrington, to the podium.
Wow, those were great. Ark and I have so many questions about hot sauce now. We'll have to talk about that later. But Sarah's remarks about imagine. I'm gonna continue those remarks. I want to talk about imagination a little bit. Let's do a little exercise. I want you to close your eyes. I'm gonna teach you how to juggle. Maybe not the whole thing of juggling, just the beginning of juggling. Some of you may already know how to do this, so hold your hands out. No, in your mind, not in real life. This is imagination. So you can imagine you're holding your hands out. You have a tennis ball in each hand. It's green, fuzzy, you can feel it, feel the weight of it, each hand. Now I want you to throw the ball from one hand to the other. When one ball starts to come to the other hand that has a ball in it, you gotta throw that ball back to the other hand. You're gonna do it back and forth in your mind. Perfect arcs. You catch it every time. Feels good. Keep throwing it back and forth. All right, now you can open your eyes. What you just experienced has a name. It's called kinesthetic somatic imagery. Professional athletes do it. Because it turns out there's a whole lot of evidence that if you practice in your mind, it can actually have an impact on how you perform in real life. I find that result astonishing. Because what that actually means, at least to me, is that life can become what you imagine it to be. In fact, imagination may in fact be a trait that makes us uniquely human. There are some who believe that imagination actually is at the core of the origin of consciousness. That it was when humans were faced with an ambiguous problem that they had to imagine a solution to it. And that need for imagination, again, is what makes us human. I want to speak to the graduates for a second. There are 3 or 4 major rites of passage that you'll go through in your life. This one tonight is probably one of the most important ones. And you're sitting on the edge of this particular rite of passage. I want to say that again because I want you to feel the gravitas of this moment. You're at the edge of one of the most important rites of passage that you will experience in your lifetime. A rite of passage has 3 phases. The first, which is the one you're about to experience, is actually separation, leaving home, moving away, becoming independent, because unfortunately, without separation, there's no initiation into adulthood. The last or third phase is when you arrive in your new place and you take on your new identity. But tonight, I want to talk to you about the second phase. This is the in-between phase. Because the in-between phase is where you've left but you've not yet arrived. It's full of ambiguity, uncertainty. To me, this is the most important phase that we experience because this is the time when you can make space for your imagination. A time for you to imagine who you want to be when you arrive at your destination, how you want to exist in the world, how you will add value, how you will serve others, and what success really looks like to you. Because vision, we talk about having vision, vision is not about what you can actually see in front of you. Rather, it's what you can imagine to be true when you're forced to reinvent yourselves. So promise me this at some point in the next month or so, before you arrive in your new location, take some time, find a quiet place, close your eyes, and imagine your best selves, because only if you can imagine it will it then become real. And my final words of advice to the class of 2026, don't judge too much, love more, and always, always take care of each other. Once a tiger, always a tiger. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Harrington, for your wise words. I know our graduates will carry them in the next chapter of their lives. When I was 19 years old, I moved from Dhaka, Bangladesh, to Los Angeles, California, to start my next chapter of my life. I was young and excited to study and work hard. I believed that if I did those things, life would eventually give me a clear path forward. So I worked hard. In 1997, I enrolled in an undergraduate program in computer science. At the time, it felt like the future. It was demanding, exciting, full of possibilities. And in 2000, I graduated. Then, almost immediately, the world I had prepared for changed. Some of your parents may remember the dot-com bubble burst. The technology industry suddenly became unstable. Companies collapsed, jobs disappeared. People who had planned their future around that field were forced to rethink what came next. I was one of those people. I had done what I thought I was supposed to do. I had studied hard. I had prepared for the future. and then the future changed. That is a difficult lesson for a young person. It is difficult to learn that doing your part does not mean you can control the outcome. It is difficult to learn that good choices do not protect us from uncertainty. It is difficult to accept that sometimes the problem in front of you is not something can be solved by working harder. I remember that period as one of the first time in my life that I had to sit with a question that I couldn't immediately answer. What do you do when the thing you were preparing for is no longer the thing in front of you? At first, I did what most people do. I kept going. I woke up, I went to work, I tried to learn new things, tried not to panic, tried not to let uncertainty make me careless or bitter. And slowly, I began to understand something that has stayed with me ever since. There are some things in life that can be changed. And there are some things in life that cannot be changed. And much of life is learning the difference between the two. That realization eventually led me to education. My wife, many of you know her as Miss Saeed, was already an educator. She encouraged me to try it. I wasn't completely sure at first, but I tried. And teaching changed me. It gave me a clear sense of purpose. It gave me a privilege of watching young people like you become more themselves. It made me more patient, more humble, more hopeful. And it helped me understand my own life differently. I began to see that sometimes the thing you do not plan to become is the thing that shapes you the most. Class of 2026, I do not know exactly what world you are walking into. None of us do. And I will not stand here and tell you that if you work hard, everything will go according to plan. It may not. You may make careful choices and still face uncertainty. You may prepare for one future and find yourself standing in another. So when you do find yourself in uncertainty, I hope you ask a simple question to yourself. What is mine to do here? What is mine to do here? Sometimes the answer will be to work harder. Sometimes the answer will be to wait. And sometimes the answer might be to ask for help. And sometimes the answer will be to accept the things you cannot change and give your best to the things you can. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are so very proud of you and we love you. We have a tradition that gives current AES employees and board members the option of presenting the diploma to their graduates during the ceremony. I'm very pleased to say that we will have 5 such presentations this evening. Before that time, though, I want to take a few moments to recognize a few graduating seniors who have been at AES the longest. It is a special honor to recognize Aiden Kitch, Grace Roper, Gyuna Kim, John Bissell. They started in grade 4 at AES. Eli Mizrahi, started in grade 3. Alexa, Gloria, and Kashvi Kumar started in kindergarten. Arya Pandey, who first became a tiger in pre-K, moved on, then came back. And the senior who has been here for all of his school career, who joined AES 14 years ago in pre-K, Rishi Agarwal. We congratulate these long-term tigers and express our sincere appreciation to their families for being an important part of AES community for so long. Students, you may have a seat. At this time, we will commence with the awarding of the diplomas to our graduating seniors. Mr. Emmanuel, Mr. Graveson, Ms. Nolan, Mr. Stokes, Mr. Kitch, Ms. Gillen, and Dr. Harrington will now join me on the stage for the awarding of the diplomas.
First row, please stand. Rishi Agarwal. Ori Shimon Amsalem. Erica Soyun Bey. John Varun Bissell. Juyong Choi. Maria Dukov, presented by current AES board member Torsten Schroll and Taina Dukov. Ophir Elmilim. Kimaya Jala Guladi. Kul Gupta. Kabir Gupta. Samuel Sungwoo Jang. Jinwoo Jung. Singhan Oh. Shania Saini. Yejun Yang.
Okay, here we go. Mustafa Ibrahim Ahmed Al-Balushi. Alexa Gloria Galan. Vihan Goenka. First row, please be seated. Second row, please stand. Minsa Khan. Donghyun Kim. Yuna Kim. Jaden Jihoon Kim. Tae-hee Kim. Aiden Mateo Kitch, presented by faculty members Dana Miller Kitch and Derwin Kitch. Ian Coley. Kashvi Kumar. Seung-hyuk Kwan. Sungmin Lee. Youngmin Lim. Eli Mizrahi. Junso Moon. Alejandro Jose Padilla. Janelia Vaishnavi. Shilo Vaknin. Mohammed Mudaris Abdullahi.
Shu Akaba. Patrick Cragen, diploma presented by AES board member Michael Cragen and Rosie Cragen. Opal Aria Crane Spadafora, diploma presented by AES faculty member Dana Spadafora. Row 2, please sit down. Row 3, please stand up. Miguel Calcompresa da Silva Braga. Simon Delahaye. John Forrester. Jeffrey Yun Liu Zhikang. Damini Srivastava Khosla. Hyunjin Kim. Ji-Yu Kim. Seon Kim. Sarah Kumar. Ellis Joseph Lamb. Jay Lim. Aurelia McCaffrey. Arya Pandey. Mimansa Singh. Reddit Workna.
Minhyu An. Minsur An. Alessi Lynn Chandler. Row 3, please sit down. Row 4, please stand up. Harshini Ganapathy. Elisa Gauchi. Rihanna Gupta. Alia Kulsum Hederi. Sophia Ojunate. Yaj Pradeep Parameswaran. Gabriela Marianne Poitavian. Isaiah Santiago Rodriguez. Grace Anjali Roper, presented by AES faculty members Chris and Janice Roper. Sophie Louise Ryder. Ishan Sagar. Kenichi Sasaki. Hendrik Seidor Grigo. Ravia Raj Singh. Arkan Soni. Yuriko Tano. Pavel Velekshanan. Peter Velekshanan. Ahana Verma. Row 4, please sit down.
Wow, that was amazing. I noticed a few special faces within the audience tonight. If you are an AES alumni, would you stand for a moment to be recognized, please? Thank you. We are so happy to see you here tonight. And remember, once a tiger, Before our graduates exit the stage, the high school faculty will position themselves along their path. This represents the support and final guidance that the high school faculty has provided. Families and other members of the audience are asked to wait to leave their seats until graduates have departed the stage and proceeded out of the gym, led by Mr. Darwin Kitch. After the ceremony has concluded, we invite everyone to our post-graduation reception in the Oxy gym upstairs. I now request the high school faculty to rise and position themselves, please. In just a few seconds from now, I will formally present the class of 2026 to our AES community. Graduates, please stand. Symbolizing the change from being students at AES to being AES alumni is the movement of the tassel on their cap from left to right. As they move their tassel, they are no longer students at AES, but rather members of our adult AES community. This is a long-standing tradition marking the beginning of a more independent young adulthood. Everyone, if you're able, please stand. It is my pleasure and indeed my great honor to present to you the American Embassy School graduating class of 2026.